This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, folks. I'm Damon Bruce. It's Tuesday Hoops, and it's next. It'll be the Denver Nuggets facing off against the Los Angeles Clippers. And that's it for...
Well, a quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And it's Porter. And it's Millsap in at the 4 slot. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4 spot. Now here's Leonard. Guarded by Porter. Fires from the line. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You know, you go through the regular season, guys, and set all sorts of records for your franchise and wins and winning streaks and all that. You win your division for the first time ever, your first 50-win season, and what do you get for it? Bounced in the first round of the playoffs. It's still progress, though, and the Clippers will use that for motivation this season.
And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Lock at 6. He feeds it to Beverley. Line with his 3. Well, Clark, as you said, the Clippers got up 2-zip on the Grizzlies, but all of a sudden it came to a crashing halt. Steve, they dropped 4 consecutive games, and just like that, we're out of the postseason.
Yeah, injuries played a part. Blake Griffin sprained his ankle, but I think the Clippers were exposed a little bit too. They're limited offensively on the front line, and maybe not quite enough shooting, but that's why they made the moves in the offseason. And they're looking to pick up and make some improvement in that regard.
And that one's good. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Murray, the pass to Porter. Down low, and now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Leonard off the hit from Morris. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, you have to be so careful when you have the ball around him because he's got quick hands, really strong hands. And he has a knack for blocking shots, stripping players on the way up as they go up for lay-ins. So you've just got to always know where he is on the floor.
And something else that comes to mind with him is how many guys he's given the poster treatment to. I mean, flying high to power one down while the defender stands there looking for mercy.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And George kicks to Leonard, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Craig. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
Some thought the Nuggets might be a dark horse team to get to the Western Conference Finals last season, but they didn't even get out of the first round. They lost to the Warriors, a very good Warriors team in 6 games.
Now here's Leonard. Millsap on him. The pass to Morris. It's good from long range. Morris has got 6.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Jokic. And another miss by Denver. And going back to that series, Clark, I think it was easily one of the most exciting series of the first round, but the Nuggets knew they would have an uphill battle when they dropped game 2. You know, Steve, they looked like they missed Gallinari in some of those games, obviously.
Well, I think anytime you're down a three-point shooter, it makes it very difficult, particularly in the playoffs when teams can sit back and pack the paint. So I thought that was what that series showed, is that in the postseason, the best three-point shooting team often has a big advantage, and the Warriors clearly were much better from beyond the arc. The exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there. Hey, I think we all knew that the Clippers were good last year, but we really took notice when they rattled off those 17 wins in a row in December. That was a franchise record, which had previously been 11, and that's when the league really took notice.
There's Beverly. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. 4 on the shot clock. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. Well, it was the year of the win streak last season with Miami doing what they did and Denver getting hot as well. But you know, Steve, the Clippers had the first lengthy win streak and turned some heads earlier in the season.
Yeah, what was that, about 17 games in a row they won? And I thought that kind of established the Clippers in the West, put a little fear in the rest of the conference, and gave L.A. a swagger that I thought helped them get through the rest of the season.
Now, here is Morris. Inside. The shot's good from Ball.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Williams dishes to Jackson. Landry kicks to Jackson. Back to Landry. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Nuggets have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Morris. Here's Craig. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Landry, no good.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
Murray, good. He has 7. Clippers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Outside Williams gives him the lead pass. Hero, good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Morris with the ball. Now Green defending. The shot's good from Craig.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Williams gets a screen from Green. Back to Landry. Outside Williams. He's up the pick. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And the Nuggets making a change here. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Morris, and he banks in the layup. Morris has got his first points of the night.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
Here's Jackson. Good to go. Excellent D there from Morris. Pass to Bates. He dishes it to Morris. From deep three-point range. So both teams getting buckets as we end the first quarter. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too, Clark. We're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, kind of flow offensively. I like what I see.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, Doc Rivers, the new head coach of the Los Angeles Clippers, said after last season, quote, "There were times last year when they were the best team in the league. So I clearly think this is an extremely talented basketball team. But can we do it now in the postseason as opposed to just the regular season? That'll be the true test, gentlemen."
Yeah, championship mentality, Doris. Nice work there coming off the screen.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks, just to get you some open looks like that one.
And while it wasn't the biggest win streak of the season, the Nuggets have a pretty good rampage of their own from the end of February into March. And because it happened when the Heat were doing what they were doing, the Nuggets kind of flew under the radar.
Here's Williams after the made shot from Grant. Williams passes to Jackson. Here's Noah. Second chance shot. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Morris with the ball. Here's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Green kicks to Jackson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. Now, as you said, the Nuggets put together their big 15-game winning streak. But, you know, Steve, since it happened when the Heat pulled off their big push, nobody really even seemed to notice.
That's right. It might have worked out in their favor anyway, Kevin, because, you know, that win streak really kind of put them into high gear and allowed them to climb into the 3rd spot in the West. Probably was nice not having to be focused on them and wanting to talk to them every day about what was happening in the Western Conference.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
A lot of noise going through these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Come to me. You know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd. Not one of them like that.
And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Wilson defended by Beverly. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. I mean, get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And that one's good by Porter. Clippers trail by 6. Outside Leonard. Off the pick. And he dunks it down.
Well, that's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, he got set, did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. The Nuggets making a switch here. Murray's checked in. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Launches a 3. Porter. That one right left. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
And the Nuggets making a change here. The Nuggets leading by 4. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Outside Leonard. There's the dish to Morris. Those 3 pointers off the mark.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Murray, the pass to Millsap. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Well, that's a whistle that did not go over very well. You know, for a long time, people would look at Staples as the Lakers' home, where the Clippers just happened to be sharing space. But the Clippers let everybody know that they called this Staples Center home as well last year. They were a force in front of their reaction.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, the Clippers upgrading their roster this summer, and new coach Doc Rivers feels the new players put them in great position. He said, quote, they're great fits. They get who they are. They're over themselves. They're just trying to win and do whatever it takes. We want to be the winner. We don't just want to do a lot of winning. They've done that. Guys, the expectation is clearly to contend for an NBA title.
Yeah, building chemistry on the court will be their focus. Thanks, Doris. Well, Clark, as you said, the Clippers really starting to make waves on the landscape here in L.A. as they surpass the Lakers in wins last season. A big part of that was, Steve, their ability to win here at home.
Yeah, 32 wins here at Staples, and when they got outran, this place was really rocking. This Clipper team has a roster full of guys that can make a play that ignites a crowd. And some new additions this year, new coaching staff. A lot going on for this Clipper team.
Here's Murray. He's got 9. Here's Jukic, and that one hits back iron.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Beverly dishes to George. There's 49 seconds left in the first half.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Pass it to Murray. He kicks to Porter. Uncovered. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Porter's got 6 points.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
Step back on that one and let it fly.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
Denver leading by 8. Now Murray. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. He's got 11.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Beverly. Here's Harris. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Nuggets lead by 10. And join us right back.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome, everyone. Damon Bruce.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The second half just about to get going here. What a game we're seeing here from Murray.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we see offensive efficiency. I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
Clippers trail by 12. Shot clock at 6. Leonard outside for George. Well good on the 3.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside. Nuggets put up a lot of points last season. They did it the old-fashioned way, guys. They went right at opponents and got their buckets by attacking the rim. Scored an awful lot in the paint. Didn't shoot a lot of threes, but were very good at getting to the rim.
The Clippers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Well, back to the Nuggets. Last season, they finished number 1 in the league in points per game, and over half of them came from inside the paint, Steve, getting good results with those good shots.
Well, remember, they lost some three-point shooting over the last couple of seasons. But when Gallinari got injured, they were down another great shooter. So when you don't have great floor spacing, your best chance to attack and to score is to get into the lane and score from as close as possible. That's why Denver played the way they did.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in.
Ridiculous. Tore him down that time. Sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
Agreed. Look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
For so long, the Clippers were on the bottom rung of the ladder in the West, almost were a joke in the conference, but their fortunes have changed dramatically in the past few years, and now they're a team that's respected and feared.
Well, Clark, you said the Clippers have really flipped the Western Conference upside down over the last few years. You're right, they have done it with Steve, style, to say the least. They've got now also a very deep team.
Well, a 35-17 record against the West is enough to secure them their division and advantage in the first round. You have to remember, too, that they were without some of their big stars last season. So if they can stay healthy and really take advantage of what they have, this could be a lot of fun.
Here's Beverly, who kicks to Leonard.
Help out! Help out!
Leonard off the pitch for Morris. Off the screen.
Get it!
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Now the pass to Murray. The feed to Porter. Now Murray. Paul George with the steal. Morris kicks to George. Got it. The defender is called for the block, and this could turn into a three-point play.
Well, no defense. He didn't really need to do the double pump.
And the Nuggets making a change here.
A big reason that the Nuggets were able to finish with the third best record in the West last season was they took care of business in the Western Conference. I mean, they went in every game against a conference opponent knowing what was on the line and handled business from there.
Here's Bates. Shot back by George. The shot's good from Plumlee. Clippers trail by 9. Outside, George. Back to Green. Lets it go with the 3. Gets it to go. The record for the Nuggets against the West ended at 38-14. Just one off the mark of the Thunder. Steve for the best record within the conference.
Seemed like every time there was ground to be gained, Kevin, in the playoff race, the Nuggets came through. Teams in the West like to run a little bit, but I don't think anybody could really run with Denver. Both win at home and win in the conference.
Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Plumlee, the pass to Bates. Pass to Murray. Tipped away, but they recover it. 6 to shoot. Oh, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Back to Leonard. A minute 42 left to play in the third. Back to Williams. Morris.
Shot!
The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Morris has got 9.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Morris with the ball. Williams picks him up. Pass to Porter. Jacks up a 3. No good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nuggets?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And I'll tell you, the other thing, guys, is the mid-range shot has been something that's really worked well for them tonight.
Back to Grant.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yeah, you got that right.
Leonard, he's covered by Grant.
Boy, you've got to be kidding me. Where'd that come from?
Now that's using some serious imagination.
Man, that was ridiculous.
Dishes it to Plumlee. He passes to Murray. Porter a screen on Leonard. Here's Murray. It's pulled in by Los Angeles. They can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they need to play it smart. Make sure you get a good shot first, and then maybe a second possession.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him. I mean, my goodness, he can't stay out of the way of fouls. Looking at the game for Kawhi,
okay, you got one
he has
more.
8 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
Well, he showed off how intelligent he is defensively. He understands where the ball is, where players are, what's happening in front of them.
Paul George, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Dozier, defended by George. Passes it to Murray. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Got a piece of it. From 15 feet away. It's good on the putback. Grant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just
Buzzer beater.
just in time. That's a crucial three, Kev. They've cut it close going into the fourth. They've still got a chance.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Clippers trail. Now here's Williams. Here's the screen. Leonard. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Whenever you play Denver, you know it's going to be an up-and-down game. The Nuggets love to push the tempo and make the game a track meet. And a lot of times they were better at it than their opponents because they're an excellent fast-breaking team.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. George working against Porter. Elbow shot, and it's blocked by Porter. Here's the break. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Nuggets scored a ton of points last season, and among the several categories, Steve, that they led the way in was fast breakdowns. You could see it with their bigs.
Well, I like the way they constructed their roster, Kevin, because everybody from the guards to the centers could all run and get out in the open floor. So it was like an avalanche when Denver would come at you, particularly on their home floor, with not just 3 guys running, but all 5.
I got it.
Outside for George. To tie it up.
Way to grab it.
And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Nuggets leading by 3. Now Murray feeds it to Porter. And a foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
Denver making a switch here. Conley's checked in.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
Leonard attacking. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Porter. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws. Well, luckily, they've got some really solid backup. You hate to see a player DQ'd, disqualified due to fouls, but they can do a decent job of replacing his production.
Grant is checked in for Porter. And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Murray, the pass to Plumlee. Blocked. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Grant. Leonard attacking. He feeds it to Morris. And again, no good by the Clippers. For Denver, they've gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. He dishes it to Plumlee. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Now it's about time somebody scored. This is ugly.
Yeah, grit and grind ugly. That's how I would describe it. Every bucket counts double in a game like this one, or at least it should count double.
And that one's good. Beverly.
They have finally fought all the way back to even the score. We're back to square one. Whole new ball game.
And with a comeback like that, they've definitely got the upper hand going forward.
Denver making a switch here. LA's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. And one of their 5 3-pointers is found the bottom of the bucket. Leonard attacking. Defended by Ball. To take the lead. Leonard no luck.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Shots to do his presence felt around the rim. That's exactly what he can give you.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
Get there, get there.
On the wing, Williams, defended by Craig. The dish now to Beverly. Leonard on the wing. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. First free throw is good. Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. Good on both.
He's made an effort to get into the defense a lot more by aggressively attacking the basket, and he's not shying away from the contact, which is giving him some free throw opportunities.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Basket here gets them back in front.
And it's been a pretty long time coming, Kevin.
Williams gets a screen from Morris to take the lead. Rejected by Murray.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Very rarely will you out-rebound an opponent like that and not have it pay off. Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but, you know, you got to be smart, too. Over the back, that's an easy call there.
Well, that's simply the result of poor position under the glass. But at least you can't fault him for being passive. He was trying to be aggressive there.
And it's blocked by Craig. And pushing it up. Here's Denver looking to get back on track here. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Look at the free throw percentage. Unblemished since halftime, Clark. Pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
Paul George, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And he's good on the second. Clippers trail by 3. Outside, George. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Millsap. Nuggets have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth. They'll get another chance.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Shoots it. And that one's good. Beverly. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 1. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the Clippers making a change here. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the ball. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And George kicks to Beverly. And it comes off the front of the rim.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
And there's the pass to Craig. Excellent D there from George.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Huge points.
That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Back to Grant. Murray, defended by Beverly. There's a screen. A step-back shot here. It's hauled in by Paul George.
That's his comfort zone, so defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Back to Leonard. On the line, George. Yes!
They do have a foul to give here.
Yeah, you might see them use that at some point. I would.
Denver calls timeout. They trail by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the Clippers making a switch here. Noah's checked in. Rebound by the Clippers.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
That was a critical trip to the strike. They have a 2-possession lead.
And another miss by Denver. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
You got it out. Get you the pitch down there.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Grant outside. Leonard with the steal. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.